Just got out of the shower. Anyway, I'm going to teach you exactly how you can automate your entire business with AI. And my advice is going to be slightly different from most of the people who you see online teaching you this exact same thing. Because a lot of people are just trying to sell you hype, right? They're trying to sell you this fantasy that you can just replace every single employee in the business and, just become just raise some robot army that's going to do everything for you. No, that's not going to happen. But what you can do is automate 80 to 90% of a person's work. And in some cases, yes, you can automate 100% of someone's work, but it's nuanced, right? So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you my framework, my little mindset for automating tasks. And once you understand this, you're going to be able to automate pretty much anything. Like if it's a task that someone has to do on a computer, you can probably automate it. So let's begin. All right. So first things first, if you want to automate your business with AI, you need to shift your thinking a little bit. And there's basically two ways to think about this. One is role-based thinking, where you divide your business into roles that people play, right? And these can be things like social media manager, video editors, graphic designers, web designers, customer support, all of these things, right? You divide your business into roles that employees are playing, right? That's one way to think about it. But if you want to automate your business with AI, or even just some portion of your business, the better way to think about it is workflow-based thinking. And in workflow-based thinking, you're basically dividing your business into actions, into tasks that each employee does, right? So for someone like a social media manager, the individual tasks that he does would be things like uploading content to all platforms, scheduling content, engaging with users, etc., 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 right? And the reason I'm asking you to shift from role-based thinking into workflow-based thinking is because if I ask you to automate a video editor, you'd have no idea where to begin, right? Like, how do you do that, right? But if you break it down into tasks, right? What does a video editor do, right? He loads all of the assets into a folder. He organizes them. He cuts the silent bits. He cuts the mistakes in the video, etc., right? He, I don't know, adds background music or something. If you break it down into tasks, right? Then you can easily automate each individual task. And before you know it, you've automated the entire job, right? But if I just said automate video editors, you wouldn't be able to do that just from the get-go, right? So you need to shift from role-based thinking to workflow-based thinking. Instead of thinking, oh, I have a video editor, or I have a graphic designer, or I have a social media manager. Instead of that, think, okay, I have these people and these are the individual tasks that they're doing, right? And really, this is the big thing when it comes to AI automation. Now, let me show you some examples of this as well. So first, let's talk about video editing, right? Let's try to break it down into a bunch of tasks that a video editor would normally do, and then we can try automating it, right? Because if I just said automate your video editor, you'd probably have no idea where to start, right? But let's break it down into tasks. What does a video editor do? He's going to normalize the audio. He's going to apply noise reduction to it, etc., right? He's going to fix the audio quality in your raw video file, right? Can we automate that? Yes, that's very easy. He's going to trim the silences from your video, right? So parts where you're silent and you're not speaking and everything, he's going to trim those, right? Because nobody wants to hear that, right? Can we automate that? Yes, there are AI models and sound detection mechanisms that allow us to do that. So yes, we can automate that. Next, he might add captions and subtitles to your videos as well. Can we automate that? Yes. Again, we have an AI model like Faster Whisper to do it for us. And we can use something like FFmpeg to burn those captions into our videos. So there we go. That's automated as well. Can we auto attach the webcam? So for example, you can probably see my face over here in the top right corner, right? Can we attach that automatically instead of having to go do that manually in every single video? Yes. And I've actually done that using simple voice commands. Check this out. I'm just going to say webcam stop, and you can probably see my entire face now, right? And if I just say webcam start, you'll hopefully see my webcam over here in the top right again, right? So yes, we can automate this as well. Can we automate adding the background music? Yes, that's easy as well. You'll have a bunch of tracks that you want to use, and you can just use FFmpeg or something to add them to the video. Easy. Another thing that the editor might do is generate or find good B-roll. Can we automate this? Yes. You can either generate this automatically with AI now, like AI video generators and whatnot, or you can simply find good B-roll in all sorts of these different websites out there. Like there's a ton of websites for finding good B-roll, and you can automate the entire process of finding it. I mean, you could just have an AI agent go to that website and, search for some suitable B-roll for you. Super easy to implement, right? What else might an editor do? He might clip long videos into many short form videos automatically, right? So you have a long form video that you recorded and then you want to turn that into shorts. Your editor might do that for you. Can we automate this? Yes. And again, this is also something that I've already automated for myself too. You just feed your script into AI, you teach it how to clip it, you give it the tools it needs, and boom, that's done. So after automating all of these things and whatever else your editor might be doing as well, right? Can you automate that guy? Can you fire your video editor? Probably, yeah. So now let's talk about social media management as well. What does a social media manager do, right? Well, he'll be organizing content assets, right? Like the raw files, clips, thumbnails, and other assets, right? Can we automate this? Yep, easy. It's just folder management. He'll be uploading videos to all these platforms. He'll be uploading shorts. Is this possible? Yes. In fact, tools to automatically upload on all platforms have existed for like decades at this point, way before AI even came out, right? LLMs and stuff. And can we do all of this automatically? Yes, we can post on all platforms automatically. Can we schedule posts across all platforms? Yes, easy. Now, can we repurpose content across platforms? Yes, but you need to create a process for this, right? Like, for example, there's creators out there who, they have a viral tweet and then they would take a screenshot of that tweet and turn that into an Instagram reel or something. That's repurposing as well. And you can easily do that. And some other creators have more complicated, more complex processes for repurposing content. They can all be automated. It just depends on what kind of process you're using for your repurposing, right? Now, what about tracking your content's performance and giving you regular reports, right? Can you automate this with AI and some Python scripts? Yes, very much so. All you need to do is pull your posts and their views and likes and other metrics, and you can organize that into a report, and you can view that very easily. And you can set up a cron or something to do this for you every day, every week, every month, whatever suits your workflow, right? Can you automate engaging with users? You probably couldn't before, but you very much can now because you have AI and LLMs that you can train to speak in a certain way, speak in your unique voice. And you can just set them to reply to users and to do all sorts of other things, right? To engage with users. So after automating all of these things and everything else that your social media manager is doing, you can probably fire that guy as well. And finally, I'm going to give you an example of customer support reps, right? Because these are some of the most common examples when you talk about replacing people with AI. So what is a customer support rep doing? Talking in a polite, friendly manner most of the time. I mean, yeah, if you've had some experience with customer support reps, you know, right? But yeah, talking to help customers resolve their issues, right? Can an AI do that for you now? Very much so, yeah. What about answering questions from your knowledge base of support articles, right? So most businesses would have some sort of a knowledge base, right? Like a help center where they have a bunch of support articles, right? Can you train an AI to answer instead of a human being? Yes, that's very easy to do now. Automatically managing support tickets per customer. Easy. A bot could do that for you. Automatically generating reports and notifying you regularly about the agent's performance, like how many support tickets were opened and closed, right? Positive and negative feedback from customers, right? Etc., etc. Can you automate all of those things? Very easily. You just pull that data and have the AI create a report for you, right? And you can, again, do this every day, every week, every month, whatever suits your workflow, right? What about proactively collecting reviews from highly satisfied customers, right? So if you've got a customer who's really satisfied with your service, you could have an AI reach out to him directly and ask him to review your site on Google, on Yelp, on wherever you want to get a review, right? That's really useful. And what about organizing support tickets by the issue, the problem, the department, etc., right? Easy. AI can do that for you as well. And again, after automating everything over here, can you fire your customer support reps? Probably. So that's how you need to think about automation. You need to divide your roles into these granular little tasks that each person is doing, and then you can automate all of those tasks. And hopefully after these 3 examples, you're starting to understand how workflow-based thinking even works, right? Now, let me give you some more tips for automation, and these will serve you very well no matter what task you're automating, right? So first of all, standardize before automating, right? If you don't standardize the process, if you don't understand exactly what tasks are involved, exactly how to do them, exactly how you're going to automate them, then you won't be able to automate it. You need to have a standard process for something before you can try automating it. Secondly, the more granular you go, the better it is, right? Like we have all these tasks over here that I've written for you. The more granular you can go over here, the better it's going to be. The more like detail in the task that you can have, right? Like for example, processing audio it can be a granular task, but you can go even deeper than that. You can say normalize the audio, reduce the noise, denoise the audio, enhance the speaker's voice, etc., etc. You can go really deep in this, right? And the deeper you go, the more granular you go, the easier it's going to be to automate the task, because it becomes such a tiny task that you can easily automate it, right? Now, thirdly, automating 80% of someone's work is better than 0%, right? Because like a lot of people think that they have to automate 100% of someone's job, right? That's not the case, right? You're not trying to completely automate the person, right? If you can, great, good for your business. But if you can't, automating most of their work is still amazing, because it frees up their time and energy to do even more work for your business, right? So for example, if I automated my video editing over here, right, but I still needed my video editor to, manage the AI agent, for instance, right, manage all of these automations that I've built over here for him, it would definitely make his work easier, but we would still need him around to manage the entire thing, right? So yeah, automating most of someone's work is still amazing. It's a huge ROI for your business, even if you can't automate 100% of it, right? Fourthly, reliable automation is way better than fancy automation. And this is something that a lot of the AI grifters are going to disagree with me on, but that's fine because they're dumb and I'm right. All right. Your automation needs to be reliable. All right. It doesn't need to be fancy. A lot of the automations I've built don't even use AI. Like I generated them using AI, like it's AI generated code, but a lot of them don't even use AI. They're simple deterministic Python scripts that automate a bunch of tasks for me. And they're guaranteed to run the same way 100% of the time. I don't need to think about them at all, because they're not like some LLM that's going to hallucinate on me, right? So learn to create reliable automations more than fancy automations, right? In a lot of cases, you don't need a fancy AI agent, and you can really make do with some simple Python scripts. And at the end of the day, when you're trying to grow your business and you're dealing with some customers, you don't want your agent to suddenly fail on you, right? You need these tools to be reliable. Otherwise, what's the point? Next, make sure you log everything and alert immediately, right? Because this is an automation, and because there's no human involved, or there's very little human involvement over here, you need to make sure you log all the actions that this automation is taking, right? And you need to make sure that you set up alerts to immediately notify you in case something goes wrong, right? You don't want to build an automation that has silently failed 3 weeks ago and nobody even knows because you didn't set up alerts properly, right? And finally, require final approval for sensitive tasks, right? There's some company out there, I forget the name, but they've basically made an AI agent that can handle refunds or chargebacks of up to $15, right? And they're getting scammed constantly because people are just asking that AI agent to refund a $15 order that doesn't even exist. And people are just scamming this company for money again and again and again. I forget the name, but it's a pretty popular company. You don't want to automate. You don't want to go so deep into this automation hole that you end up removing the approval step as well, right? Especially for sensitive tasks where money is involved, where important business resources are involved. So in cases like that, you can let the AI agent, automatically do like 99% of the work. But at the very end, it should give the human some sort of a report on what it did and let the human give the final approval, right? Yes or no, do you want to proceed or not? As long as you follow all of these, how many are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As long as you follow these 6 tips, you're going to build better automations than 99% of all of these AI grifters and everyone else out there. Now, if you're some sort of a business owner and you're not a very technical person, how do you apply this knowledge to your business, right? So the very first thing you need to do is find some free time, right? Because you need some dedicated time blocks for this so you can actually sit down and figure this stuff out. That might be in the evening, that might be on the weekends, whatever it is. find some free time to focus only on this automation stuff, right? And then automate one portion of the business, just one. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to automate the entire business. Just automate one portion, right? Maybe that's the video editing, maybe that's the content posting and sharing and uploading, whatever it is. Maybe it's reaching out to leads, following up with them, whatever it is. Automate just one portion of the business, see how that works, and then move to the next portion. And now here's my sales pitch, right? If you don't have time to do this yourself, hire an AI automation expert like me who can just sit there and observe your workers carefully, pick out every little action they do, and then automate it for you, right? Because this stuff is very high ROI, right? You could save thousands and thousands of dollars by automating a bunch of roles in your business, right? So it makes sense to hire an expert like me to do this for you, right? And if you're interested in something like that, right here is my website link. Otherwise, this is all the knowledge you need to start automating your business. And I hope this was useful to you.